I was on the billboards for like 18 to 20 weeks.
That's awesome.
The record sold over 100,000. I was like traveling on the road with like
you were doing
Outkast.
Okay.
I was traveling on the road with like Lil Wayne and Young Money. That's why the project's called Cosign, because it's like I'm co-signing myself.
I like
Akon co-signing me. Go away. Benny the Butcher hopped on the remix. It's time for me to co-sign myself. Let them kill your dreams. Stay focused. Because there's a lot of dream killers out here.
Silent haters.
Don't let nobody kill your dreams.
Don't let nobody kill your dreams. Don't let nobody kill your dreams. Cause they ain't never won't believe.
What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Spin the Record, where we have conversations that hit the right notes so you can hear it, feel it, and remember it. I'm your host, Marchella, and today we have our wonderful guest, Coe, in the building.
Appreciate you having me.
What's up? Thank you for being here.
Man, it's a pleasure, man. I love coming out here in Miami.
Good old Miami. Where are you from?
I'm from New York, Bronx, New York.
Oh, duh. I mean, look at that accent. And you live in New York right now?
Nah, I'm living in Atlanta right now.
Okay, Atlanta. Well, welcome to Miami, baby.
Nah, definitely. It's always sunny skies out here.
Yeah, and today is actually a beautiful day, so we definitely got that blessing. So tell the world who you are. Who are you?
Well, I'm Coe. If you don't already know, I'm an artist, also an actor. Been in the game for a minute, doing a few things, just putting in work.
Okay.
A couple good things coming. Got a record out with me and Benny the Butcher called Stop Hating, Get Money. You know, just been running around grinding.
All right, so you're doing big things. All right, so you're an actor also.
Yes.
Okay, so rapper, right?
Yes.
Rapper, songwriter, I assume, right? Nobody writing your stuff?
No.
Okay, all right, excuse me. All right, so you're a songwriter, rapper, an actor.
Yes.
Wow, so you got the whole package going on. Because, you know, like I feel like artists, when, you know, you're making music videos and stuff, like you're an actor doing that. All right, but you're like an actual actor. Yeah.
I mean, well, the acting thing kind of fell into my lap. Once upon a time, a couple years back, a videographer was in the studio with me while I was, I think I forgot who I was with. Maybe I think I was with Akon and doing a few things, working on some music and stuff. And he filmed the session or whatever because my camera guy last minute canceled on me. Mm-hmm. Come to find out after we're filming the session and he's seeing us create music and going back and forth. He's hearing records that I'm making and stuff like that. He was just like, yo, I got a movie I'm about to do with Columbus Short from Stomp the Yard. He was like, he said, I like your personality. I want to put you in the movie. How you feel about that? You know, and I was just like, damn, let me think about that because acting wasn't my thing. Mm-hmm. And thought about it and I said, you only live once.
Right. And then he liked you for your personality.
He liked me for my personality. So it's not
like you had to play a role, right?
Right. And long story short, yeah, like I ended up being in the movie. I was originally just supposed to have, I think, like a couple of cameo scenes. Mm-hmm. And I'm showing up to the set because I never seen it. So I wanted to kind of be around it. Mm-hmm. But because of, I guess, my personality and he's seeing how the actors he's like, hold on, we got to write a role for him. He was like, so then he ended up changing it to me, giving me talking roles. Okay. And then I was just like, I don't know. It was just a good vibe. Like, then I seen them, not the, you know, one of the scenes or whatever, they had a certain kind of car. Mm-hmm. But my car looked better than the car that was in the scene. I'm like, yo, don't even worry about it. Just use my Benz. Like, my Benz is not using it. You know what I mean? Like, yo, well, this is... He the main actor. He need to have the newest Benz. Just pull up my Benz. So you're contributing more than just the role. I started doing that. Then he ran into a few things like financial stuff. Because if you know independent filmmakers, it takes a lot of money. But then also not only that, independent filmmakers have a lot of problems making independent films. It's not like when you got the major budgets and everything's like you got you got all the big production companies that's doing everything. So in that time period, he ran through certain problems. So I end up helping him get some extra investors to come towards the product. So then when he seen that, he's like, yo, let me I like what you're doing. You helping me in certain ways. You bringing cars to the situation. You bringing actors to the table.
Dances.
I DJ Holiday at the time. I got DJ Holiday to be in the movie. So he's like, yo, let me give you a producer credit. So at that point, I'm like, damn, it was just that? Like,
That's
in music, you be connecting all day and sometimes it don't make sense. And he was like, nah, let me get you a producer credit. And I'm going to give you an act. I'm going to let you act in it. Right. And then from there, it built from there.
Okay.
Rest in peace to him.
Oh,
he was murdered.
Oh my God.
It's crazy.
That escalated quickly.
Not to say like that. I mean, it was a good experience. I learned a lot, like me being around Columbus Short. That made me being around Columbus Short and Trey Chaney from The Wire kind of made me want to take acting even more serious.
Damn, you're naming some big names. So you're like in there. You're not just like Okay, Trey. We got a celebrity in the building, y'all. Like, okay, all right. We got big time Coe in the building. All right, so hold on. Let's go back and talk about music because we just dove into that, like the acting thing. Right. And that's super cool, by the way, that like you said, it fell in your lap and then through relationships, you just kept building on it. Right. So that's super cool. That's a blessing. And that's just from you being you. Right. So let's talk about music. First things first, how did you get into music?
Well, I honestly feel like I kind of like living in New York City, me being from the Bronx, I be feeling like you kind of grow up in hip hop, not even knowing. Even if you don't want to be a rapper or something, you around.
I got no choice.
Or like some of my big homies from my block or older dudes who grew up around me and shit like that. I would see them rapping. Back then it was like Smack DVD, or they would be battling, or you'll see certain stuff to where it's like, you know what I mean? I had family members that was doing music and rapping, so I was always around it. But I wasn't really interested in just rapping. I used to play ball. Everybody know me for playing ball and stuff. Wow,
so many people always say that it's either like a sport and music, and they choose like one or the other. So you used to play ball. I mean, you are pretty tall. This guy's like, how tall are you? Like
6'2".
6. Okay, no big deal. So, you're 6'2".
So I was playing ball. I originally, like I said, let me not skip. Let me go back. So feel like you grow up in hip hop, running around New York, and then so. Those thoughts are always there. I think everybody from certain places can rap if they really want to, because I just feel like it's in you when you around it or whatever the case is. But fast forward, when I went to South Carolina State for 1 year. I was supposed to play basketball. Okay. I was like a red shirt, whatever the case. The coach who got me into red
shirt, when you like sit on the bench or something?
No, like my SAT scores. My SAT scores weren't high enough, so they had to like.
You're like kind of on the team.
Yeah, so he basically was like, let me help you get into the school. Let me get you financial aid. Let me get you situated, and next year we'll figure it out for you to be on the team. I like what you got going on. He gets fired.
Oh.
So now it just changed the whole dynamics. But long story short, how I got into music, one of my friends, he played ball. He was on the team. One night he got mad because we was at the club and we kind of like left him. We left him at the club, but he was just doing too much. I don't know. You young. You 18 years old, 17. You ain't paying attention. He from Brooklyn. He makes a whole diss record about everybody from the Bronx and Harlem and Queens that left him. Because it was like, it's funny. In the South, a lot of New Yorkers all stick together. I seem like even more. So when I went to school that year, it was like all the New Yorkers used to always be together. And
then he tries y'all. It's so like, what happened?
So he being funny. He do like a little diss record. He rapping on Queens and Bronx beats. So, and it's fakely going like kind of like viral a little bit. But before viral was viral. So then you're like, I'm looking like, yo, y'all really like this? So then I come back and the first record I ever create was like a fake diss record. But then everybody on the campus is like, yo, like he's like joking, but yo, A really rapping. Like he could really rap. And I'm seeing people keep saying it. So I was like, I'm not rapping, whatever. So after I seen that, it kind of sparked something in my mind. I end up leaving the school because the coach got fired. So when I went back to New York, I was like 18. I start just messing with it a little bit. Start like trying to record records just to play with it to see, because it's sometimes music could be a difficult process.
Yeah, for sure.
Just getting into the game. If you don't got no hand-me-downs, if your pops ain't the head A&R, the executive, or you ain't got an uncle like Russell Simmons. Everybody's
really
just not
love it.
fortunate.
You
Yeah, you
really
gotta
gotta love
really,
it.
you gotta put in a lot of work. So I started playing with a little bit, and fast forward, we happened to go to Black Bikers Week. We end up going to Black Bikers Week. We like 20 deep from New York. Some of my friends from South Carolina State. We went there. It's crazy. So we staying at this. We staying at the hotel, but they got like a. You ever know like when you go to Vegas and it's like you ever see like those big parties behind the resort and it look like it's like thousands of people out there partying. It's like a phone party.
Oh yeah.
So one of the records that I did, like they had people. It was like they were doing some karaoke.
Oh.
And my friends, like, we like drinking. This before you're not even supposed to be drinking, but we having fun. They hyping me like, yo, bro, just get up there. You should do it. I'm like, yo, don't tempt me, bro. I'll go up there and do it. So I actually went up there. I performed the record that I made, and it was no, not the diss one.
Oh, okay.
Like when I got back to New York, because I started making a couple records, experimenting, seeing what I like. And when I performed it, it was like the whole back of the resort, like hundreds and hundreds of people was kind of like going crazy. Girls was getting on the stage twerking. And then this promoter comes up to me after like, yo, listen, I like your performance. I got Yo Gotti and Trina in South Carolina in about a month from now. I'm going to pay you, and I'm going to pay for your flight, and I'm going to pay for your hotel. And when that happened, it was like, damn, I can make money in this, and I'm just having fun. So it turned into, maybe I can take, like, I just went on the stage and having fun. And he came up to me like, yo, I'm going to pay you. I'm going to pay you to perform. It wasn't like a lot of money, but just to say, you're going to pay me whatever, $500. You're going to pay for my flight. You're going to pay for my hotel, everything. You know what I mean? So I'm like.
That was new. That was completely new.
It was completely new. So that sparked it. And from there, it was like I just started growing. I started taking it more and more serious, and the love got there. And it's been, and here we are. But, you know, it's a process, but yeah.
It certainly is. And then, like, you're first of all, congrats on that. Like, because you were, like you said, you were literally just doing it for fun. And then look at how that, like, unraveled, you know? And then you were, it sounds like you were taking it serious from the start. Because when you did take it serious, you're saying, like, to get in there. So were you already trying to get in the music business as you were doing it? Or were you just like, you know, I'm just going to fuck around and write some songs and test myself?
It was more like I started writing. I started trying to perfect the craft. And in that process of me doing that show, opening up for like Yo Gotti and Trina, it's crazy. In that time, I had a cousin in Atlanta. He was like close to some of Akon peoples. He was close to like Jermaine Dupri peoples. He's close to a lot of industry people. So the word got around like, yo, A is doing music. So he kind of hit me like, yo, if you're doing music, let me hear it. I know some A&Rs. Let me see. If you good, I'm going to tell you if you could really rap. So I sent them the records. A couple weeks went by. He hit me back like, yo, they want to see you perform.
So you kept getting like more validation from like real people. And you're like, okay, so I guess I'm pretty good.
So fast forward, some knucklehead shit happened out there when I went to go perform, opening up for Trina and Yo Gotti and Yola the Great, whatever. I probably was 1 foot in the streets, 1 foot out the streets. I ended up getting wrapped up for some shit with some drugs. Got caught up on me in Carolina.
Okay.
By the grace of God, it's so crazy. The area that I was in wasn't too far from where I went to college at because some of my family lives in South Carolina.
Okay.
Whatever the case. What's the coincidence? The jail I was in, I walk by, I see the correction officer, I hear her voice. It's somebody.
Like your auntie.
It's somebody, one of my uncle. My uncle used to be
your
close
auntie,
with
cousin,
her.
sister, brother.
Right, like, you know what I mean? So she ended up making a call.
Got you out.
You know what I mean? She put the phone through the jail. She's like, yo, it's crazy. Yeah, it's some crazy movie shit. Like, she put when I heard, I'm like, yo.
You putting this in your documentary, right?
Huh?
You putting this in your documentary?
I should. I really should.
We actually talked behind before we started. He's doing a documentary, so we'll get into that in a bit. But that sounds like movie shit. So like it sounds like something to put in the documentary.
Yeah. So while I'm in the jail, once I realized who she is, I'm like, damn, my uncle used to talk to her. They close, whatever. I don't know what it was, but they close. So she's like, what are you doing here? she knew me because I used to go to school with her son at South Carolina
my
State.
God.
So she already knew, like, yo, ain't you performing at the concert, opening up for Trina and Yo Gotti? And I'm
so
like,
you almost didn't perform.
yeah, I was locked up for a few days, and then I never forget. She made a call. He put the phone. She put the phone through the jail, whatever, through the thing or whatever. He's like, "What are you doing in here?" He's like, "Yo," I was like, "Yo, it's a mix up. I ain't really want to talk too much." She's like, "Let me see what I could do." She went to the judge. She's like, "Nah, he in college. You know what I mean? Like, he got a show performing like in
Let
a
him
few
go.
days. Like, yo, he's on the flyer with them. Let him perform. Like, yo, he's gonna make it back." So the judge, she spoke to the judge, and then they let me basically get bond or whatever. They let me get out. And then I had like a little situation. But from that, I lost the opportunity for the A&R to see me perform because my phone was off because I was locked up. So I performed. I actually got out like literally hours before the event.
Wow.
You know what I mean? But
Wow,
at that
what a
time, he didn't
blessing.
end up coming from Atlanta because he's like, yo, your phone been off for the last 3-4 days. We'll just catch you another time, kid. Long story short, that sparked me because it was like, damn, he wanted to come. I just missed the whole opportunity. So when I went back to New York.
Then your cousin is the one who knows the A&Rs, right?
Right. So
Okay.
when I went back to New York, it was just like with that whole little process, it made me feel like after I got my situation together, of course I had to go to court and stuff for all that because it was some major knucklehead shit or whatever. But
you're young, you learn.
at that point, the manager dude, the A&R dude, he was flying me back and forth to Atlanta, making me do showcases.
So by
in
then
South
you were like
Carolina.
steady doing shows.
Right,
So
but
that
I was still
one
living in
show-
New York though.
But that one show was like the game changer. That was like
Right, that sparked me. And after that particular person missed the show and I felt like I missed the opportunity, he was like, well, I got a show coming up in South Carolina. I need to see you perform. I got another show coming up in Georgia. He said, I need to see you perform before I even think about investing into you, investing my time into you. I need to see what you really could do. So I was doing the showcases, different cities, Mississippi's, Alabama's, Georgia's, South Carolina's.
damn. So from that first one, the guy just started flying you
Yeah,
out
'cause
everywhere.
he
So he
was
was like
flying-
your manager, your bookie.
No. At first, he wasn't my manager. He just wanted to see what I could do.
Okay.
And then it got to the point where he was just like, yo, I think I want to work with you. But in order for this to work, you got to come to Atlanta. I can't do the back and forth. This is too much. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, because he's paying for your flights.
right.
And all that.
So, you know, once I just thought about it, but it was a lot of crazy shit going on back home in New York. So I said, you only live once. And this felt like it was a second chance. And I just went to Atlanta. I went to Atlanta, started doing music.
How long you been in Atlanta?
I've been in Atlanta for like a little more than 10 years.
Oh, okay. So
So
you're
when-
an Atlantean, ATLian.
So I was out there recording music, doing music and stuff. And then we finally figured out the record. I did a record that they liked. And we started pushing the record. The record had some success. I was on the Billboards for like 18 to 20 weeks.
That's awesome.
The record sold over 100,000. I was starting to get show money.
What was the name of that song?
Called She a Freak. She a Freak.
She a Freak. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is you gotta remember. This is the
we gonna
time
look it
when
up, we gonna look
you
it
gotta
up.
remember. This is the time when the choruses were like a lot of T-Pain was on fire.
Okay. So early
You
2000s.
remember those? This is no. This is like 2000s, 12s,
Okay,
11s, like
Alright.
around that time.
All right.
So a long story short, it was the choruses that was on the record. It was around that Plies time, that T-Pain time. So the music was just different. But long story short, we found the record. They started pushing the record. My record started being on the radio in like 20 different cities. Started getting show money. I started being on the billboards. I was like traveling on the road with like
You were doing
with
it.
Outkast. I
Okay.
was traveling on the
Oh,
road
that's
with
what's
like Lil Wayne
up.
and Young Money. One of my friends in Atlanta was managing one of Lil Wayne's artists, and he was like working for like Mac Main and them when Mac Main was the president of Young Money. And I was just traveling with them and just soaking up game, and it just become more and more serious, you know?
Okay. Damn. So you did a lot. Like,
Yeah, I
you did a
dropped
lot.
projects, the project with DJ Infamous. I dropped other projects, 1016, Classic Nights, First Quarter. I had a few projects, but, you know, and then, like, I feel like, like, you just go through a lot of stuff in the industry also. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that was my first time to see, like, once you have a record on the radio and you're starting to get some show money, you're moving around city to city. But also, like, that let me know, like, if the record Like, say, for example, if your record's going, you could not lose an opportunity. Say, for example, we had some deals on the table, and for whatever reason, the deal ain't go through. But you still got to have that budget to keep going, because if not, that marketing, eventually that record will get old.
What were you doing? Were you doing music full time, or did you have financing? Did you have people who were...
At that time, I was doing music full time.
And then...
Like, they moved me to Atlanta, put me in one of the houses. And then I'm a hustler. So even before, when I left New York, I was working. Mm-hmm. But when I decided I was going to leave to come to the A, I told them, give me 3-4 months. I wanted to stack my bread, get my shit together. And I came out with some money stashed to the side because I knew this shit take money. And you got to have money to survive.
So the guys who flew you out to Atlanta, they weren't like helping you financially. They were strictly doing music?
Part of the production management company, the part of the situation, like they placed me, like they had different houses. So it's like, yo, you're going to...
And they put you in a house.
Yeah, so it's like the overhead wasn't there, but it's still you still gotta do your own thing. Like, yo,
and then like you said, marketing. There's like
they're still doing a lot of other stuff, so you can't be out there like, yo, just throw me money. It's like, yo, this shit costs a lot of money.
And they're also expecting to get paid in the back end, right? You know, so
right. Yeah, but that, like I said, I had to learn that in the business because, like you said, like I can understand how artists could get not caught up, but like, you know, say an example, like the famous story TLC. Selling all those records, and then all of a sudden when the royalties come back and they break it down, they're like, damn, well, how do we only get this? Mm-hmm. It's a real thing because, you know, like I said, I had a record playing in 18 to 20 cities. And the song was one of the top 10 biggest selling singles at that time. It's on the radio, getting show money. Like
you saw something from
but
it?
It's like when deals come around, you know, like they're supposed to recoup their money.
Of course.
So absolutely. It's like, yo, if we put you in the crib that you didn't have to pay no bills for like
technically we paying for that.
Or but certain things I didn't really understand. Like it was like one of them, his partner, who was also part of the management, owned like 2 barbershops. Me being on rapper mode, I'm like, yo, I need 2-3 haircuts a week. But that's not being paid for front until you see the breakdown. They're like, yo,
oh, yeah, you
was getting 2 haircuts a week. Oh, you stayed in this crib. Oh, you remember when we put you on the road here?
Tell me, how old were you at that era?
I was probably about like 20, 21. So like 20.
Let me ask you something, because all of that happened, like, that was like 10, 15 years ago, right?
Yes.
So now, are you still doing music? I mean, obviously you're here. You're still doing music. Are you still going as hard as you were before?
I mean, once COVID happened, it kind of slowed down, and then I started getting into acting.
Okay.
And that's where it was like, I ain't gonna say it switched up.
All right.
It was like the opportunity started coming. That opportunity came. I was able to make some money, act in a movie, and another movie I ended up being into. And I start getting into, my interest start going somewhere else. Because, you know, it's like, you know, every artist or say for an example, every athlete doesn't become LeBron James or Stephen Curry or Allen Iverson or, you know, the biggest, Michael Jordan, whatever the case. But you do have players that make it to the league. So I look at that like the way with music. Yeah, I may not have did certain things at a superstar level, but once you at the place where you able to make $2,500 a show or $5,000 a show or $7,000 a show, or you getting paid for features, or you getting this liquor company's paying me $1,000 for me to post on my social media, I've made money in the business. I've sold records. So, you know what I mean? It's like, but when your team, sometimes you can feel like if your team's not all the way together, and then some other shit starts like making your mind give you interest or whatever, it's like I start directing my attention to doing acting for a little bit.
Okay.
But the love is still
of course
music.
And
so I feel like that's
your first love anyway.
Could have been where the last 5-6 years, because my mom was really like basically starting to go into like television.
Okay.
Like, you know.
And there's way more money in like TV than there is in music.
Yeah, I want to, you know, the acting, I start getting more serious and doing acting classes. And then, like I said, the movie process is just intrigued me. It made me want to be a part of it. But I'm an artist by heart. So, you know, and I've did certain things and I'm still doing it, you know. So now I just feel like it's just the beginning, because there's a whole bunch of people who don't know anything that I've done, or don't know that I've sold records or been on the billboards for whatever, 20 weeks and have records playing all over the country
You hear
and
that?
been on tours with legends, whatever they get. I've been paid.
They don't
to
know
go
your
on
whole
tours.
trajectory.
They don't know any of that.
They're gonna know now. They're gonna know
Right?
now.
They don't know any of that. They don't know I was paid to go on certain tours with legends, and sometimes you go on tours for free. You gotta pay your dues. It's part of the game.
Yeah,
but then there's a lot of artists that just do music, and that's why I say when I be listening to new artists now, and I be trying to figure out what have they done. Like, what have you done? You just make music? You just be in the studio recording, performed any shows?
Some people just do it for the love, not necessarily the business. And I think that's one of the biggest problems with artists. They do the music. They're good at doing the music, but then when it comes to the business aspect of things, like they don't got that part down, like at all. And that's where having a team obviously is crucial.
You gotta have the right team.
Right.
I will say that, because it don't matter how good you are. You could be the LeBron James, but if you ain't got the right team around you, ain't gonna win.
Are you still have a team?
Well, right now I'm rebuilding. I have certain people on my team, but I'm in a rebuilding phase right now.
Okay.
So this new project and this new documentary that I'm about to put out, I'm independent, but I got some major people around me though.
Yeah, it
make
sounds
some power
like it.
moves.
Yeah. And obviously from everything you've done, you've built those relationships that
Definitely.
you sustain them. So you keep holding on to them. Something that came in my mind, when you are doing acting, like when you're picking up roles or whatever, being an artist, does that influence the roles that you take? Like, do you take roles where you're like this music guy, or I'm just curious.
I feel like sometimes they come at me because of that. Well, we have a part for a rapper. We'll pay you this to come in for the day. I'm a hustler. Oh, you gonna tell me what? Let's get it done.
Okay.
Like you know what I mean? Like that's how I look at it. It's an opportunity. It's gonna be people watching the film. I'm gonna get some money. Everybody wins.
Yeah, for sure.
You know. So but now though, I'm trying to get into the next phase of not just being
typecast
the rapper. I want to be John, or I want to be the whatever. Like, I want to be a different whole character that has nothing to do with
We're
rap.
gonna call you John. We're gonna make your dreams come true. I'm just kidding. Let me ask you about just shifting right back into the music. So you're a rapper. You what kind of what's your style? Like, what kind of music do you make?
I mean,
obviously hip hop.
Hip hop, soulful, melody type of music.
Or so you sing a little bit?
I can hit some harmonies.
You can hold the tune.
You know what I mean? I'll be writing for a couple singers.
Okay.
Some made me sign NDAs, but okay. I get it in. And also, me living in the South, I also have a love for trap music. Mm-hmm. So I
make you definitely gonna find that in ATL. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So because you were in New York, and then,
right, because I left New York when I was like, it's safe to say I left New York when I was like 18.
Okay. Fresh.
So I grew into a man in the South. Like,
okay.
Even though I went to school for 1 year, the basketball thing didn't work. I ended up having to leave because of the bullshit, whatever the case. I went back to New York. I was only in New York for like another 7-8 months.
Okay.
I went back to New York, was working a job. I just was realized, then the opportunities came. It was like, I gotta go. This opportunity's here. I'm out. Left, went to the A, and it's like, I grew into a man in Atlanta. Okay. But I'm from New York though.
Okay. Definitely. Yeah, you New Yorkers, y'all are loyal. Y'all be like, you be in New York for like 5 years, like, no, I'm a New Yorker.
But it be some people that, like you say, that it be people who probably
it's in your blood.
Right, yeah. But I also feel like you're from wherever you go to high school and junior high school at.
But you know what they say? It ain't where you from, it's where you at.
That's a fact. That's what they used to say to me every time. Yeah. When I first moved to the A, we don't want to know the New York. Just where you from is where you at. Where you at right now?
ATL.
We help you. We bringing these dreams together. I just be like, you know what, you right. Let me tap out of that.
I mean, for some reason you left New York. It wasn't happening in New York,
I mean, it was more than that. It was a lot going on. A lot of crazy shit going on that just make you feel like
maybe you would have went the wrong path.
I want to do something different, and like I said, when you get a little second chance and then you see certain kind of drama, like I said, around the time also when I decided to leave, it was like around the time where a couple of my friends got shot, some of my friends got killed, one of my cousins had died from AIDS. It was feeling like I needed a fresh new start, something different, and that opportunity came, and it was I just
perfect
left.
Timing.
Right.
Perfect timing. Well, obviously it was for the better because look at all that you accomplished. Right now, all right, so again, shifting back into obviously the music.
Right.
Right now, like what are you doing?
Well, I have a new
Musically.
record. I got a record called "Stop Hating, Get Money" featuring Benny the Butcher.
Okay.
It's been going up. It's going crazy. Got a new project that I'm about to drop called Cosign.
Hence your name.
Right, yeah, it's like the co part of my name.
Hold on, let's talk about that. Where's your name from?
Well, my real name is Alex,
Oh,
so it's short.
Now
for,
we know. Now we know.
So it's short for Al, but then also it's like I got it from people used to call my pops Big Al, and I guess I'm similar to him in certain ways. Like he gambles, he take chances. He left from the South to go to New York when he was 17.
Okay.
I left from.
Oh, that's how you have family in.
Yeah, that's where my family from. My pops is from South Carolina. My mom's from Jamaica, Queens.
Okay.
But like I say, he left from the South to go to New York to have a better life because he ain't want to be like everybody in his town. I left from New York to go to the South for something different.
So did they call you Little Al?
Nah. So they used to call him Big Al. And originally, everybody where I'm from called me Ace. But then there was an Ace Boogie that came out. And then there was also an Ace Hood.
Okay.
So at that point, it was like, this is a time where there was Kendrick Lamar's and Keisha Cole's and Kanye West's. It felt like real names needed to be made. And I just, and I found out when I started going to the South that my mom's, I never even knew that. She never told me. My grandmother was like, yo, maybe you get the musical side from us because your mother used to be a singer. I'm like, my mother who?
I was going to ask you that. That actually just triggered something. I was going to ask you if like your parents were musical or anything like that.
But my mother never said that before. My grandmother came out of left field. I was just like, your mother used to sing. She used to be in a group when she was like 17. I'm like, my mother? Joyce Coe? Like, you know what I mean? So it was like one of those. And when I found out and I asked her, she's like, yeah, but then I had your sister and then real life happens. And sometimes you put your dreams to the side when you have kids and responsibilities.
Yeah.
He's like, good thing you don't have kids because you could do whatever you want to do to stay focused.
Do you want kids?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
So, so at that's how I came up with the name. It was like my mom's used to sing. Her maiden name is Coe. And then also like that side of the family, I'm very close with them. But then also like I got some legendary family members that used to get a lot of money in the streets back in the days. And you know what I mean? Like it's just from that whole culture side, the flashy side. Like I got aunts that grew up with LL Cool J and my other aunts went to school with 50. So it was just like I just put it together like Al, Coe.
Okay.
That's
and then
how I came up with that.
It's also like Al Cosign for you. Like,
exactly.
Okay. So that's what
that's why the project's called Cosign.
I was just okay.
COESIGN Cosign because it's like I'm co-signing myself.
Oh, I like that. That's clever. I like that. That's cute.
And that's what the documentary is about. It's like I've been running around in the game for a minute. There was legends like Akon co-signing me, DJ Holiday. Rest in peace to Rico Wade, who founded Dungeon Family and like worked with Outkast. They all was co-signing what I was doing. A lot of blogs, media, people always co-signing. Benny the Butcher hopped on the remix. He co-signed it. You know what I mean? Like it's like
you had a.
So it's like now at this point it's time for me to co-sign myself.
When you had a, oh my God, what's the word I'm looking for? Like you had a. What do you fucking call that? Like you had a rush. Like you had oh my God, Dan, help me out here. Like you know what I'm.
Yeah.
You had a bug. You had like a bug.
I had a
going.
bug. That was like everything. It was like and sometimes you don't even really realize because you be in the moment. So when I started realizing, like even some of my family members, they'll call me like, "Yo, I just seen this interview with you and the girl who was on Complex, Nala Simone," or "Oh, I seen you was on the radio with DJ
I see you on
Holiday.
Spin the Record with Marchella." That's what they're gonna be saying to you now.
Right. So it was just like eventually, from like seeing certain things, like certain people would look up stuff like, "Oh, I didn't know you was doing stuff for XXL, or you did stuff for Source." It was so many blogs and stuff. I was like, you know what, this project is gonna be co-signed because I'm co-signing myself. I've been running around like like I said, Akon was mentoring me. He's like my teacher. Me and him did records and stuff. Shout out to him. Shout out to Omar and Boo. They always family for life. And like I said, I got a record that's coming with Akon also.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But like I said, like it was just a whole bunch of that. People co-signing me, people telling me I'm up next, people telling me it's there, you about to be the next guy to New York. So now I just felt like that's what the documentary is going to be about. It's going to be about showing all of that in the last few years, and now I'm co-signing myself.
So you're putting like the documentary and this new project hand in hand at the same time.
It's going to be like old footage, like from the last 10 years, like footage with me and certain legendary
showing the
artists.
trajectory.
Right. Showing certain stuff leading up to
like
now.
I've been doing this. Like
I didn't just come out of nowhere and just touch the mic. Like I've been putting in work. You know what I mean? It's not just...
And, you know, people love to see that also. People love to see the growth. Like, they like to see the whole story behind it. It's like, it makes them root for you harder. Like, damn, you know, like this girl, oh my God, what's her fucking name? Talk to me. Olivia Dean. Okay. Olivia Dean, you see, like, it looks like she came out of nowhere, but like, she's been doing this and she's been like building herself up. And
that's a real thing. Like, people, I do agree with you. People like to see the build up, or they like to see the story. I remember an example. There's been a couple artists that pay me for features, right? Whatever they can. I remember one time I was in LA. Akon, me and Akon went to the All-Star game. Went to the All-Star game. This kid start rapping. He wanted to rap for Akon. And Akon was like, nah, you gotta talk to my guy Coe, rap for him. Like, he's like, yo, let me take this call. Yo, I'm pretty sure you got talent, but rap for my guy right here.
So he's making you be the cosign.
So he rapped for me, and then years went by, and he reached out to me through social media, like, yo, bro, I've been following you for years. I see you coming up. Yo, you've been doing your thing. I remember that time I rapped for you in front of the arena in LA before the All-Star game when you and Akon was walking in. I want to do a song with you. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, and I was just like, damn, you rap for me for the... But it's just like saying...
Did you remember?
I didn't remember him. I had to look at the picture. And when I looked at the picture, he was in the background of the picture. Because I remember he was trying to...
You're like, okay,
you know what I mean? So it's like, damn, like, you never know who's watching. Right. Who want to get a feature or pay for a feature. It's like, yo, I remember you when you was working years ago. I remember you was moving around. I seen it. Now I see where you at now. Let's do one. And I end up growing a relationship with him because... Initially, I didn't know him, but for you to tell me you see me from 5 years ago when you see me go from point A,
and you appreciate that too. You
appreciated that
moment.
The
respect is mutual there,
right?
And obviously, he's trying to do his thing,
right?
And, you know, he respects you as an artist. I think it's also very important the people who you had around you as well, because you had like, you know, big names around you, people who were co-signing you, you know. Right. So I think, I mean, obviously, not to take away, obviously, what you were doing was. Right. You got yourself there for a reason, you know? Your talent, your drive, your hustle, everything that you were doing. But yeah, you definitely had some big names that were like backing you. So for somebody like that guy, he's going to look at you and be like, oh yeah, this guy's obviously doing some shit right, you know? So like, that's cool that you guys built a relationship and he followed you.
He wanted to get a feature, and then from there, it just was beyond just the business of him getting the feature or whatever with me. I started to see that he's really hungry, because when you just meet somebody randomly, you don't really know them. But then when like some of these artists that I do songs with, or they pay me for features, I feel like sometimes that'd be the initial to building a relationship. If I don't know you, if I see you serious about what you do, now okay. Like, yo, I'm in Atlanta, yo, let me pop out. Yo, I'm going to be in New York, or you going to be in New York? It's like, damn, you know what? I'm already doing business with you. You cool. Your vibes is cool. Yeah, bro. I'm going to be at the studio. Pull up on me.
Yeah, because
I see you're serious.
Hey, the last thing you want to do is waste your time on somebody.
Sometimes people just be thinking, like, one time I had this one kid, he was just talking. He's like, yo, man, I want to do a song with you. I was like, oh, what's your budget? He's like, why would you want to charge me? We both on the come up. I'm like, yeah, we both on the come up, but we not both in the same place.
Right.
I've sold records. I've been on billboards.
Right.
I've had radio in more than 30 different cities.
You set your standard.
Yeah, I'm getting paid for shows.
And that right there just tells you.
And, you know what I mean? And I ain't want to say it to him like that. He's like, damn, I ain't even realized that. Yeah, I was like, you know, he's like, yo, well, I don't got this kind of money, but I
how serious he is.
Then he ended it off with, well, I don't have this amount of money, but maybe I could do 60% of that. Okay, well, if you're serious, send the money in the next 24 hours. I'll knock the feature out for you in the next 48 hours. So it's like, I need to see if you're serious. Everybody, because some big artists ain't going to do that. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you got to pay dues. It's part of the game.
Absolutely. And you seem like you also got the business part down. I mean, obviously, you, even from what you were saying with the whole, how acting fell on your lap, like, you you did the business part without like even knowing
not even
it.
knowing.
Right, you're right, which is cool because then that's respectable in itself. Like you're just off the strength, just like, hey, use my car,
Right.
But that's, again, relationships are everything. So you doing that off the strength, just like, hey, I want this to be better for you. That strengthens that relationship for
Right.
obviously him to keep hitting you up. And again, that's the business part where you're like helping him out without
Right.
even knowing. So that's pretty cool. Like it seems like you built yourself up, obviously working. Hard work goes
Still
behind
working,
that.
right. Still building
And you're
up.
still doing it. You're still doing it.
We haven't got to the best moment yet, but it's coming though.
Yeah, well,
There's been some good ones, but we got some more. We got a lot of work
as long
to do.
as your best days aren't behind you, like
Right.
you're alive, you're breathing, you can make tomorrow even better than today. So I love that for you. That's awesome. What do you think is coming?
Well,
for you.
other than the project and the documentary, I'm about to get into like I said, I've been starting to do a lot of stuff also behind the scenes. It's a TV show that I'm one of the executive producers on that's coming soon to TV. We got some important people from the culture that's on there. That's gonna be coming out on TV soon. And like I said, I'm getting more and more into television.
Okay.
Executive producing projects, acting. I'm taking my acting classes now. I'm trying to get more serious
serious.
in it. Yeah, because I just don't want to get called to be the rapper.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes some of my first 2-3 roles was, yo, you're a rapper, you got a big following.
Come get in here.
Yo, we're gonna pay you some money.
And they think they're helping you out, but in
Yeah, but it's
reality,
like,
you want to do something else.
At first, I appreciate the opportunity.
Of course,
But
getting your
the
foot
more
in
and
the
more
door.
I get in, it's like,
I could do more than just rap.
you see LL Cool J, you see T.I., you see Will Smith acting. They was all rappers.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to get into that zone. You could do big film. Takes time though.
Yeah.
But we got some big projects coming.
And then you're also in like the mecca of that. You're in ATL.
Right.
It's either like ATL or LA, right?
Right.
And I think that you're in a prime location to take advantage of that
Right.
and build yourself up as an actor, not just a rapper actor, but like
Right.
as an actor. So that's pretty cool. I can't wait to see you on the big screens and shit.
I appreciate that.
I wanted to ask you shit. I was gonna ask you something and it just completely slipped my mind. When you were just talking about, it'll come back. Okay. So I know because obviously you're friends with Rich. How do you know Rich, by the way?
I got introduced to Rich from Mega. My guy Mega. He's also another guy from Brooklyn that's out here in Miami. Moving and shaking. Good dude. Mega was telling me, he was like, yo, I want to introduce you to my guy Rich. Rich, you know what I mean? He was like, he's doing his thing production-wise. Good person to know when you out here in Miami. He's from the town too. You know what I mean? And when I met Rich gives me like real vibes, like we like real friends. It ain't even about the yo, what we doing? It's like when I come to Miami, I feel like I gotta check in with my guy. That's how I met, start being around him and Dan, and I just like, I like vibes. I like genuine vibes, and Rich is a good dude.
Yeah,
you know
for
what I
sure.
mean? He ain't fake.
No,
that's
a fact.
He gonna tell you off.
He gonna call you out.
He gonna tell you bullshitting, Coe. I'll be like, oh my God, here we go.
Yeah,
Leave me alone with this. But nah, that's my guy, though.
Well, I know. Between you guys, I know he's spoken to you about, because he's managing artists.
Right.
And I know he's spoken to you about managing artists. So is that something you're doing now, right?
Definitely.
So on the back end, you're kind of like everything you've learned and all those relationships that you've built. Now you're
transitioning into executive mode, into, like you say, A&R mode. Like, cause I know the game. Like I said, radio. I know radio program directors all over the country, all of the big publicists, everything you need. You want to get on tour? I'm friends with rappers.
Mm-hmm.
Anything you need, I can get you there.
You got the connection.
Yeah, like I've been in the game. Mm-hmm. When you've been in the game for 10, 12 years, if you're a student of the game and you really do what you're supposed to do, like that's one thing they always say, your net worth is everything.
Your network.
And I would say, like, you could, as long as you keep a good relationship and a good rapport, like the same way I'm close with Rich, I'm not close like that with all the industry people. Mm-hmm. But like when you connect with them and you make it where it's not just business, then they feel, I ain't gonna say they feel obligated, but that relationship's there.
Yeah, for sure.
And it goes from you doing an interview 7 years ago to now y'all like friends. Like, yo, my guy want to come over here, da-da-da-da, what you want to do? All right, yeah, bring him out, let's do it.
Yeah.
You know?
That relationship holds on strong. Yeah. And then it's better when you're like, real. And you're like you said, your vibes. What's that song? Vibes don't lie. Like the mouth do, So
and then when like you said, you've been around for a while, like you say, some of your friends start becoming A&Rs at labels. Like, I remember there was certain girls we was around when I first moved to the A, and I was like 20 years old. Some of these girls is now the A&Rs at like Atlantic Records now. Like, you know what I mean?
Good thing you
like,
didn't treat them bad, right?
Huh?
Good thing you didn't treat them bad, right?
Never treated them. I mean, yeah, I always kept it professional. But it was like, they like I'm the bro, they the sis.
Okay,
you know what I mean? So that relationship is cool. Like I said, everything's relationships and just building with people, and your network can take you a long way.
For sure.
You know.
Yeah, 100% agreed. Let me ask you, when it comes to your music, I mean, obviously you're more well-rounded. It's not just music, but when somebody listens to your music, what do you want them to hold on to? Like, what do you want the takeaway to be from that?
I want them to know, anything's possible. If you stay down, you could come up. You co-sign yourself, anything's possible. You gotta believe in yourself.
100.
Gotta start with you first. Nobody not gonna want to spend no money or invest into you till they see you doing it yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And the underdog could win. People want to see the underdog, but they want to hear the story. They want to see what you went through. So it's like, tell your story.
And that's what you do in your music.
Right.
All right. So you give hope that.
Giving that hope.
Okay. That tomorrow is still possible.
Nah, that's a fact. If you stay focused, if you believe in it, you could do it. But you gotta just stay down till you come up. Some people give up fast.
Yeah.
I ain't really good. Is da-da-da-da. The next thing
that doubt, that negativity, that self-talk is important.
There's so many people where I'm from. They be like, damn, bro. I remember, like, long story short, not to say no names. When I was 17, 18, I had a job. I was working as a custodian, right? Some spot in Long Island. Whatever the case. The dude who was there, he was working too, but he was like, he worked there, but he was like a manager or something. Years later, I guess he started his clothes and all that, whatever, clothes company. Now he's starting to be like Fashion Week, doing this, that, and the third. And we haven't spoke. Somehow I was connected to one of his family members in the A. He's like, yo, I remember him when he used to work. I remember he used to be talking about that, and they ain't really believe it. He's like, yo, I'm proud of that kid. That kid really came a long way. He moving around with superstars and dropping big records and doing this, that, and the third. And
you manifested it.
Right. But it's like, you be thinking people be forgetting. They don't forget. You feel what I'm saying? And then that even made him want to, like, just, not going to say break bread, but like, yo, I want you to pay my stuff. I'll pay you. It's like you respect the brand because you know what's going on.
And he knew where you came from.
Right. So you just appreciate all that.
Yeah,
that'd be motivating me when I get text messages or I get like DMs from people who I went to school with.
It's like confirmation that what you're doing, you're on your right path,
People
so.
Like, oh, you made it further than anybody than where we from. I'm like, I wouldn't say all that.
Most likely to succeed.
Right. Like, yeah, we from the Mecca, but like I get what you're saying. From our buildings where we from, I probably have made it a little further in different ways than certain other artists, and they can still do it.
That's pressure too, like low key, because now you're like, I mean, either way, you can't fail, right? That's the pressure you put on yourself. But now when people are looking at you like he's made it this far, like
right. And we still gotta grow,
and you still gotta keep going. Yeah, never. You don't want to like go backwards. And sometimes you take a step backwards to take 2 steps forward. But you got eyes on you. You got people who are kind of like looking up to you. Especially if you're getting messages like that. Yeah,
it'd be people from my neighborhood. Like it'd be funny. Like one of my best friends would be like, "Yo," sometimes your name be in the conversation. They'd be like, they probably won't like your comment or they might not say nothing,
but they're proud of you.
But they be like, yo, with a couple of them, they be like telling him like, yo, I look up to him. He really left from New York and
did his thing.
You see him, you see all the people he around and what he's done. Like, I guess in my mind I'd be like, damn, what would have happened if I never would have left?
Well,
I think I still would have had the same drive, but I just had a different mental. I was trying to get somewhere else.
Well, everything happens exactly how it's supposed to happen. So you obviously made the right move.
Nah, definitely.
That's exciting. So today you're going to do a song for us.
Definitely.
Do you know what song you're gonna do?
I'm gonna do one of the records off my project.
Okay.
I'm gonna do "Kill Your Dreams."
Kill Your Dreams.
Don't let them kill your dreams.
Okay.
Stay focused. Because there's a lot of dream killers out here.
Mm-hmm.
They be afraid because
Low-key
they wasn't able to do it,
Huh?
or they don't know nobody in their circle that was able to do it. So when you do it, it's foreign.
Them silent haters.
Don't let nobody kill your dreams.
I love that. I love that. I was gonna ask you what it's about, but obviously, boom, you just said it, and that name is perfect. All right, well, we're about to hear your record. This is a very serious question now. All right. Okay. Are you ready to spin the record?
Spin the record?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right, that's you're gonna spin the record now.
Yeah,
Coe, thank you for being here, sharing your
you.
story. Is there anything you want the world to know? Anything you want to add?
Yeah, I said my project is coming out. Cosign is coming out sooner than later, sometime this summer.
Okay, so really soon.
Yes.
And then the documentary.
The documentary is also coming out. It's gonna be called "Cosign Yourself." It's gonna be available on television platforms.
Okay.
And like I said, we just getting started. Some good movies coming. We working. If you don't know who I am, you can follow me on social media. I go by the name of Al Coe, but on Instagram it's Al Coe World. ALCOE World.
We're gonna put it. Don't worry. They gonna know.
No,
who
I'm just so used to saying it, just in case they don't see it.
We got you. Well, again, thank you. It's been a pleasure getting to know you and like your story, because like obviously you've done a lot. So if they don't know you, they're gonna know you now. And if they still don't know you, they're gonna know you. Yeah.
They don't know the old me, but they don't get to know the new me.
Yeah, for sure. Well, thank you.
Oh, thank you.
We give high
Appreciate
fives
you.
over here, so give me a high five.
Definitely.
Thank you.
They ain't never want believe. Success they never seen. Don't let nobody kill your dreams. Haters like a drug and they some fiends. Don't let nobody kill your dreams. Don't let nobody kill your dreams. Cause they ain't never want believe. That haters like a drug and they some fiends. Don't let nobody kill your dreams. Put your goals in the front, don't let nothing get in between. They used to laugh at Mike when he ain't make the team. Years later, NJ the GOAT with 6 whole rings. Let me put you on the things. You think Jay was in the yay when he had Kim and he had Beans? Not to mention he the biggest on the scene. At first he ain't see it in Kanye's jeans. Work harder, you could be a starter. Start off a hot boy, end off like Dwayne Carter. You can make it out the hood, but if the energy ain't good, you gotta separate yourself, why bother? MLK had dreams and they all used to laugh. I guess it came through with Obama and Path. Block out all them haters, they stay getting mad. Keep pushing, giving that gift that you have. They ain't never want believe. Success they never seen. Don't let nobody kill your dreams. Haters like a drug and they some fiends. Don't let nobody kill your dreams. Don't let nobody kill your dreams. Cause they ain't never want believe. That haters like a drug and they some fiends. I'm in too deep like Jay Reed. My thoughts so deep I can't breathe. If this was a movie, I'm Baby Creed. Rocky Apollo, I want the lead. This my destiny, it come with legacy. Haters, they be flexing, they just wanna get next to me. They wanna know the secret just to get your sauce. How you gonna win if you can't take a loss? Came a long way, I'm a different cloth. I'm a different breed, I'm just a different boss. That's what it costs, that's a major key. Not even the world could see what Ray Charles could see. They ain't never want believe. Success they never seen. Don't let nobody kill your dreams. Haters like a drug and they some fiends. Don't let nobody kill your dreams. Don't let nobody kill your dreams. Cause they ain't never want believe. That haters like a drug and they some fiends. They ain't never want believe. Success they never seen. Don't let nobody kill your dreams. Haters like a drug and they some fiends. Don't let nobody kill your dreams. Don't let nobody kill your dreams, cause they ain't never won't believe that hate is like a drug and they some fiends. They ain't never won't believe success they never seen. Don't let nobody kill your dreams. Hate is like a drug and they some fiends.